Welcome, everybody, to our March Madness betting special. We are now to the Final Four. If you watched this last week on all of our shows, the 12 games, we were 8-4, not too bad, 3-1 in the Elite Eight. Only missed on the Miami game, but it happens, and I'm really happy that Jim Larrañaga got them to the Final Four. It's a great story when you look at the Miami Hurricanes. But today, we're going to look at two other great stories, and that is the story of Florida Atlantic, the Owls, against the San Diego State Aztecs. The Aztecs are favored by 1.5. I don't think too many people had this on their bracket. This is the first game. Tip-off's at 6:09 at NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. You can watch the games on CBS. San Diego State's 31-6. Florida Atlantic is 35-3. And if you look at Florida Atlantic and why they may win this game, depth is the word that anybody would search for when they look at why Florida Atlantic will win this game or any other game they play right now. Now, San Diego State does go 9 deep with waves of great defensive parts always coming into game, it seems. And yes, Creighton couldn't hit a thing late in the 57-56 loss to the Aztecs, but the dying legs without enough options to mix in were a tad bit too much for the Creighton Blue Jays to deal with. And it matters when you don't have the bench to hold up against the constant pressure. That's not a problem for the Owls, who keep their own rotation rolling with the second most bench points in all of college basketball. Now, the intensity never stops, partly because the energy is always there. There's a good combination of outside shooting and rebounding ability to give San Diego State problems. They're brilliant at finding the open man. They're great on the move, and they rebound the basketball. Now, you can't hang with the Aztecs if you can't win on the inside. Creighton held its own in that loss. Now, Florida Atlantic doubled up Kansas State 44-22 on the boards in a thrilling 77-76 win to get to this point. And it'll have to do that again. San Diego State is 23-0 when coming up with 32 rebounds or more. When we look at the Aztecs, Florida Atlantic doesn't have the size to compete with San Diego State. Now, Vladislav Golden, who's 7'1", is going to be a problem, but he's not like Creighton's Ryan Kalkenbrenner. He owned the inside against the Aztecs, but they adjusted well in the second half. Both of these teams are very well coached. They'll both be able to adjust. Now, yes, the Owls generate production on the boards from all 5 spots, but they're not going to be able to outmuscle or outactive San Diego State on the glass. They're also about to deal with a defense that allowed under 70% from 3 in the tournament, holding Creighton, one of the nation's top 3-point shooting teams, to just 2 for 17 from the outside. It doesn't matter what your style is. San Diego State can and will take you out of it. Whether it was the Alabama attack or the killer Blue Jay offense, everything gets slowed to a stop by what San Diego State does defensively. Yes, Florida Atlantic has won when it hasn't been able to hit the 3, but San Diego State is not UAB or Western Kentucky. So when we look at the pick here, the point spread, 1.5, not a make or break deal either way. So I think I'm going to bet this game by who I think wins. And I think experience wins here, guys. Both teams are really deep, and Florida Atlantic is tough as nails. They won't back down when San Diego State starts shoving, but it's proving to be true throughout this tournament so far. Experience matters, especially when it comes with the Aztecs. San Diego State is loaded with seniors and upperclassmen. Florida Atlantic is loaded with sophomores. It's going to be a war on the boards in one of the most intense games of the tournament. All the missed inside shots that weren't dropping against Creighton are about to fall for the Aztecs. Florida Atlantic will miss just enough late free throws to send San Diego State on to the national championship game Monday night. If I had to pick a score, I would say San Diego State 68, Florida Atlantic 62. All right, guys, make sure you check out our other March Madness betting special, which will be coming up. You can find at The Grueling Truth on Twitter, or you can find it on our Facebook page, or, of course, on YouTube. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you check the link in the description below in the video to check out BetMGM. But for now, I'm Mike Goodpaster. You've been watching our March Madness special on The Grueling Truth. We'll see you next time.